Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I hate sending people on missions or homework missions without actually showing them what I do and how I do it. So I'm literally going to detail and show everything. So today I got an email about a deal from this real estate company. Mind you, this deal isn't even in my area of Baytown. I don't invest in Baytown. It's too far away, and it is what it is. So when you start getting on these lists, you will be able to evaluate them for yourself and kind of filter them by keywords. So if you're like a landlord, this is great because you're looking for these words: great rental property. That should tell you right there, it ain't a flip. If a wholesaler or investment company puts great rental property in their property description, pass on it ASAP. But they could have mispriced it. And I always go look and see, what it's looking like. Now, to say that this house was built in 1932, it looks like it's been remodeled. I mean, it looks pretty good on the outside. So I'm going to check it out. I'm going to just see what the photos have. Mind you, if you're just starting out, you're trying to avoid those older homes because they come with so much maintenance issues. I don't really care for the countertop, but it's not, look like they did an okay job on it. Kitchen. This house really don't look bad. I mean, it make a good rental. They pretty much remodeled this. So it'll be good to, number one, go to the county clerk's site or I can't remember the name of it, but it's the county site. Certain cities have certain ways of knowing what work was done, what permits were pulled, if any, and seeing if they redid the HVAC, electrical, or plumbing. Normally, you can see the HVAC yourself. But you're mainly concerned with the plumbing. If I had to prioritize it, what did they do to the plumbing? And what, if anything, did they do to the electrical? Because if the house was built in 1932, it's got some old wiring, and that stuff needs to be updated. They probably updated from a 2-prong to a 3-prong. Okay, I'm looking at this. The slightly good thing about the house is that, and some people disagree with me, the house is sitting off the ground. So technically it's a little easier to get up underneath the house and access certain things like the plumbing. But man, this house is super low though. I don't even think you can really get under here. So maybe in certain parts it's easier. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going on right here. But those are the pictures. The only thing that stood out to me was, they need new windows. So on the surface, they look like they did a pretty good job. From an investor standpoint, and this is just me nitpicking, I don't like how they wrapped the concrete all around the house, because when it rains, that water's going to come right here and it's going to get stuck and it's all going to puddle within here. The water has no way to escape. So this house really needs some gutters that can push that rainwater out on the outer portion of the lot and then send it out to the street. It could be the reason why this is what it is. And that's kind of how I'm looking at houses when I'm just trying to figure out the story. I'm not saying that this is what happened, but it's giving me vibes that, they had bad water management, on this house. And, you just don't have blocks that's doing that without something contributing to it. In any case, I do like the house. I just don't like the location. And I'm going to figure out what address this is. Give me 1 second. Okay. And for those who don't have their real estate license, I suggest you get it. It's not a requirement, but you can easily look up your own comps. You don't have to depend on a realtor. to do this for you. I'm going with the last sold in the past 300 days. Shows we have 11 matches. And let's see what we got. A second thing, I don't know much about Baytown. I do know we get hurricanes here, and look how close it is to the Galveston Bay. So again, this is just a simple exercise. This is right by the water, actually a block from the water. I don't even know if it's in a flood zone or not. We can look that up. The second mistake is, they're doing your research. Hold on, they were asking 114 for this. Yeah, this is like dead in the water on, and this is a perfect example. You get something that's already listed by a realtor and they send it to you as if it's a deal. Not saying it's not, because I don't know what's sold, but I hate buying retail because they're $2,000 off of the retail price of what it's on the market for. To me, my experience has told me that's not a deal. Okay, the house across the street, 145. I'm pretty sure that hasn't sold. Let's see what this house sold for. 125. Again, it's not a flip deal. But if you rent a property, yeah. If somebody wants to make money, I still wouldn't really buy this for the simple fact that, let's look at the flood map. Yeah, this property is definitely, it's in the AE flood zone, which is literally, you're going to require flood insurance, and it's close to the 500-year floodplain, but it's still in the AE floods designation. So again, I'm not going to make this longer than what it should be. I just showed you how I go about evaluating deals. To rehash, if you get on email lists, call the We Buy Houses people, and go to real estate investor meetings, give them your information, your email, get a dummy email if you don't want to get too much spam. But when they send you the deal, you basically find a way to evaluate that deal. And even if they're listing it as a rental property, sometimes you'll have inexperienced realtors not knowing value send you a rental property, and it's actually a great candidate for a flip or new construction if it's just something that needs to be torn down and they don't know it. They're just looking at the house value. So I could show you an example of that, but I'm not trying to make this video 14, 15 minutes long. Again, these people sent an email. I looked at the pictures, went to basically my realtor app and found out what was going on, got a lay of the land. We inspected the house with the pictures, as you can see, and I gave you my concerns just from my experience. So at the end of the day, y'all are going to get good at this. You just got to put your eyes on a lot of different properties, rely on your experience, your gut. The most important thing you're looking at, though, is the price. What's going on in the area? What's going on over here in the area? What stuff's still on the market? And this might be a better deal. Now that I see it, hold on. Let's check this one out. Before I get off, let's check this out. They're offering $95,000. It's a decent view. It needs some work. Yeah. So yeah, this whole thing needs to be updated. But again, once you start looking at these houses and these neighborhoods, I want you to pay attention to the year built. If you're flipping, man, you don't want to be sub 1950 houses. Like, stay away from those houses. Get into at least at the minimum 1960 on up. Unless they've already done upgrades to like an older home. Again, on your first flip, stay away from that. And unless you're just trying to buy it and quickly resell it without even touching it, hey, go for it. But again, for the next video, we're going to focus on, I want to say, the hard money lender. So yeah, check that next video out, Hard Money Lenders. And if you have any questions, y'all know what to do. Hit me in the comments.